So if both your parents were drowning and you had an option to save one, would you save your?
I hope my parents don't watch this thing.
Hi guys, welcome back to This Perfect Mess. My name is Sheeroh.
And I'm Dennis.
And we're back with episode 2 of this Spill the Beans. And
spilling the beans.
He will be spilling the beans. And you guys, I made sure that he's going to embarrass himself. So stay tuned to the end of this. So.
I kind of, did my my job to pick up questions to kind of like try to embarrass her. But I don't think that happened. So watch the other video. And now it's her turn to return the favor.
Yeah, since you can get to know him better, I'm going to ask a mix of questions.
Oh no.
And also, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And the reason we are recording from the bedroom is because we have run out of space and we want to show you something new. So
yeah, it's not a Kardashian tape, so.
Guys. So anyways, guys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a video. Also be sure to check out my babes on Instagram at Sheeroh. He usually posts amazing stuff. And
every time you hit the bell, I lose a little bit of my weight. So please help the girl out.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my first question. So if you watch the other one on Monday, so this is Wednesday, we are doing 10 questions, asking each other. So I came up with my 10. And
can I pick?
No.
Oh.
So the first one.
Okay.
Tell us about your most embarrassing moments.
Oh yeah, let's start from easy ones.
Is that not easy?
Oh yeah. Well, there are quite a few, just to kind of like, I literally just like trying to think, and probably the most embarrassing moment was when I peed myself. Happened like 2 years ago. No, not 2 years ago. I was a little kid.
Oh, okay.
And
how is this? You could say 10, a bouncing 20-year-old.
No, not 20.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, a little 20. But no, I was maybe like 10-ish. I don't remember all the details, but it was a wedding of my cousin. And I was one of those, boys that was dressed up in a suit and stuff. And the procedure was so long. And like any kids, you get like, soft drinks, I don't know what I was drinking, but I was having fun. And then they pulled me in and I had to stand there and I could feel that I wanted to go. And it just like didn't end, and it was boring and I just stand there. And eventually I just remember it kind of happened, Anyway, and they still, up to this day, they tell me like, hey, yeah, remember like when you peed yourself during our wedding? The thing is, they had like this nice carpet, and when it started going, there's no way you can hide it.
Oh yeah.
And anyway, I'm not gonna say that this is probably like the worst thing, but that's what comes to mind.
Oh yeah, now I know who not to invite to weddings.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, you know who not to invite, otherwise you'll be like, yeah.
He'll ruin your carpet.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. You never told me that before.
Oh yeah, that's what surprise is for.
Okay, so tell us your failed date story.
Oh man, you have like these really hard ones.
No, they're not hard.
My failed date story.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously not with you, because this one is not a failed one.
No.
Okay, well, sure. Like back, I don't know, like 10, or I don't know, like within 10 to 5 years ago, I was doing online dating, and it was in US. I connected with this girl, and anyway, long story short, first date, we went out, and the girl was just total opposite to what she was telling me, and not just the way how she looked, because like she posted a picture of herself like from the yearbook, like when you graduate high school, and she was already probably 25, so that's kind of like. But anyway, the worst thing that kind of like I disagreed is how much of a snob she was. She was like literally telling me, I think I still remember, she was saying like, yeah, she was asking like, where do you shop? And I told her like I shop at Safeway. It's like a department store, and where I live. And then she's like, no, I don't go to Safeway. There's a lot of homeless and poor people there. Yeah, at this point, I was like, it definitely, well, I knew it was failing before.
Yeah.
But at this point, I almost stood up and just, wanted to use the bathroom and then use the back door. I didn't do it, even though she definitely deserved all, because it's just literally just like such a vain person. And I was like, there's no way it would go anywhere. So yeah, it's definitely a failed date. Because, we were talking for, I don't know, like several weeks before we, decided to meet in real life.
Yeah.
In meet space. So.
Okay.
Is it a failed date?
Yeah, that sounds like a failed date.
Yeah.
So, did you ever lie to get a girl? Like something that you or not? Did you ever?
Sure, of course. Like most guys. Yeah.
What did you lie about?
Well, sure. Like like for instance, in high school, pretty much most boys lie. Like for me, I told the girl that I had a car, which I didn't have a car. And then I'm like, oh shoot, how am I supposed to, get out of this situation? But no, we kind of like, lie. Yeah. Depends, like, is it like a white lie, like a small little lie? That one was definitely, the date didn't go anywhere, or, my attempts to get the girl. I was kind of like, the thing is, like, in high school, there were like those cool guys that smoked and had cars or motorcycles, I didn't have any, so anyway.
So you decided to smoke. Okay, he doesn't smoke, guys.
No, I don't smoke, but I used to, I used to kind of do this stupid stuff when I was in high school, just to kind of like, because of the peer pressure, and wanted to blend in. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I mean, come on, it's pretty easy to figure out if someone has a car or not. So,
my poor babe. Anyways.
It's been a long time ago.
I know. So.
Okay, so what's the next one?
How did you realize you are passionate about what you do? Because you're really passionate.
Well, yeah, I'm a software developer, and probably when I was a little kid, I like most kids, like when you learn about computer games, like video games, and most kids just play some like endlessly. For me, I would get very bored. Like when you play a game and they're like, it's just kind of getting tired of it. And I wanted to know how it works. So I literally, the technical term, I reverse engineered it, how it works. Basically, like if you have a clock and you want to know how it works, you open it up, mostly break it up and just see, what makes it tick. And that's what I was doing with games. And my friends would just get bored with me. They're like, why are you doing it? Just play it. Why do you want to like spend hours looking into it? And I was always passionate. And then I kind of learned how what's happening inside. And that's kind of like the basis of my software development career. That's how I kind of learned, programming languages, and, without boring you guys, but this is, kind of like the beginning, and kind of like, I don't know, I was always passionate about that stuff. So, yeah. Okay.
One for, I don't know. What's your most memorable moment of us? It could be good or bad.
Oh, well, obviously meeting you for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Because for us, if you watch, one of our old videos, basically we, explain how we met and stuff. But to make a long story short, we started dating kind of like remotely, I guess, right?
Online.
And it took us a while before we actually, met in real life. And yeah, definitely seeing her, how hot she is, and how nice she smelled and everything,
you're confusing them. Maybe they're thinking, oh my gosh, she's so ugly, and you're saying like how
they can see it. But yeah, no, it's definitely been a memorable moment. But there are quite a few, any of our celebrations, and but yeah, seeing you for the first time was like, oh my god, she's a hot chick. She's not some weird Bulgarian dude in the basement of his mom, texting me. But
okay, so if you were not a software engineer, what would you do?
Well, I'd probably be some other engineer, but if we exclude engineering, maybe a writer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
true.
definitely an engineer, but in my heart. So um, I'm not big on like hardware. Like I'm not like some people like to tinker with things.
Yeah.
For me, software is kind of like where my heart is. But
Mm.
if let's say we remove it from the equation, probably just writing stuff.
Yeah, you're really good at it.
Oh, thank
Felicia
you.
actually said, I know she watches, but she
Hmm.
told me if you write a book, she'll read.
Oh
That's
well,
like a
thank you,
while back.
Felicia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what keeps you motivated, guys? This guy, I at first thought he's a workaholic because he used to work like Monday through Monday, 20. I would leave him up working. I would wake up and find him up. I used to feel like I'm not doing much with my life, but he's very committed to his job. So,
Well, thank you.
but I
What
think he
keeps me?
takes breaks. So that's how I noticed he's not a workaholic, but he has a very good work culture.
Oh
That's
well,
what I'm
thank
saying.
you. Yeah. By the way, make sure my employer watches this. No, I'm just kidding. What keeps me motivated?
Yeah.
Well, not what. Who? You are keeping me motivated.
Okay.
No,
I'll
seriously,
take it.
it's like very nice when there's a supporting person, not just someone that like
Like
nags you.
when I want expensive things, like you work harder to afford. Okay, jokes.
Well, no, she's not like that. But someone that supports you. Sometimes I might not be able to do the dishes or like cook, which is most of the time. But let's say dishes, right? Or do something. She would always, jump in and say, yeah. She doesn't even say anything. She just does it. And it's not like we have a like separation of certain chores. It's
Yeah.
just like whoever can,
Yeah.
does it.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the case. But also with what you said, that I kind of like do, well, a lot of work. I guess if you find something that you like and you make money doing that, it won't be a chore anymore. It's kind of like, an extension of your hobby. And if you're lucky, if you can apply yourself this way, then you can also be motivated. So it's kind of like a serious answer. But anyway, let's get back to questions.
Yeah, that's nice. So I need to get something that I should.
Well,
But
you
I
do,
think I do.
like your
Yeah.
writing and the stuff that you're doing now, your
Yeah, that's
blog.
true.
She's getting really nice blog, guys. So yeah, please check it later.
What's the one thing that people normalize that you don't agree?
Ooh, normalize.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff that people kind of like take as a norm, and I probably wouldn't agree. But for me, probably when people try to push you to have kids at a certain age, I don't get hammered with this a lot, but I know that women do.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, oh, if you don't get like a boyfriend by 21, and then if you don't get a kid by 25, then you're like an old woman and your life is over.
Your ovaries are drying up.
Yeah, the ovaries
The
have
eggs
a
are
tendency
drying
of
up.
drying up.
Yeah.
Just all that bullshit. But yeah, it's really annoying because pretty much most females that I've known, not just the one that I dated, but just like relatives and stuff, they all get buffeted by this stuff. And it's like very mean, especially when it's coming from your parents or your friends and someone that you wouldn't be expecting this.
Yeah.
By the way, people, don't rush into this. If you make mistake and get a kid early, just because you have to do it by 25 or 30 or whatever your number is, the odds of making mistake and the cost of making mistake is way higher than if you just wait for the right guy and start your family with the right guy instead of just going by numbers.
Yeah, and also like timing, because I think I've come to see. Okay, this is us now digressing, but I also think kids. It's not about like, it's not all about like being with the right guy and being with the right financial state, being in the right financial state. I also think there's a lot of emotional state that emotional effort that goes into it. And I mean, if until you're ready, I know people say you'll never be 100% ready, but I think when it comes to kids, I think
yeah, well, sure,
just about, I think everything, even marriage and all this stuff, like if you're not ready, you're not ready, and don't rush because you feel like you're running out of time. You have a whole lot
if you
to
make a
live, I guess.
mistake and you marry the wrong guy, or worse, have kids with the wrong guy, yeah, you'll have to pay way more than if you just wait and just, wait for the right guy.
Agree.
Okay. So what's the next one?
What's your greatest accomplishment so far? Oh,
Oh.
brag, baby.
Well, sure, meeting her for
Oh,
sure.
no.
Well, no, seriously.
Like,
it's a big deal when you have a supporting person in your life.
well, okay. I'll
And
take it.
well, accomplishments. Listen. I'm no one. It's not like
What?
I invented a cure for cancer, and stuff. I just kind of like finding the right person and enjoying life, and kind of like applying myself to where I like and that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
maybe in 10 years you can ask me, and then I'll invent that vaccine against cancer, and then I'll tell you.
Okay, we'll be back soon. I saw what you did.
Oh my goodness, I didn't do nothing.
Okay, so what would you tell your 25-year-old self? I think I asked this for myself. Guys, I'm 25 turning 26. I know in one of the videos I mentioned that I'm old enough to be his mom. There's no way, guys. You don't know jokes.
People keep hammering you.
Yeah, people are like, you must have really good genes. Oh, I can't believe you're that old man. I'm just 25, turning 26 in November. You can start sending those gifts. Thanks.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, I asked this for myself. Like, I would want to hear. What would you tell your 25-year-old self?
I would say, you dumbass.
Oh God, no.
I've done so many stupid things, especially for boys, when we're young.
Yeah.
Oh, like so many times I came this close to either hurting myself or killing myself, anything from doing like crazy driving to just bad career choices to bad people you kind of like hang out with. It's sometimes I wonder, like, how did I even survive? Like, like, okay, maybe not at 25, but at younger, at 15 definitely.
Yeah.
But for me, the older you become, the more obviously wise you are, and then you look back at yourself and things that you've done, going back to the first question, all the cringeworthy moments. Oh, you like sometimes think like, oh my God, did I really do that?
No, but now, like, okay, you're here, right? You've gained all the wisdom. What would you tell that dumbass 25-year-old boy? Don't pee at the wedding.
Well, okay, that was a little bit before that. But well, if I knew, I mean, come on, if you put like a real situation, I would probably get some kind of like a list of sporting events and who won, and then I told them like, hey, go put the bet on, go put some money on this, and then I'd be a billionaire. But no, I don't know. It's the thing is, you can't really. The thing is, if I suggest this to myself, then I won't be me anymore, because my kind of history, all the past will change, so I might not even be here. Oh, it's kind of like a philosophical question.
So you like every experience?
Yeah, the
because
thing is,
it led you here. Oh,
you see, like even my bad experiences, let's say with my ex, and my I don't know if people read my blog, all the horrible things that happened last year. Yeah. Without those events, I wouldn't be here. Oh yeah. So if I tell you like, okay, I wish I didn't meet her, but then I wouldn't come to Kenya, I wouldn't have met you, and this video wouldn't exist. So So
yeah, that's fair.
For me, I would say I wouldn't change anything, because again, it's just messing with the past like this. If you guys watch any of the futuristic movies that deal with time, it always leads to bad consequences.
Okay.
But overall, yeah, when I was young, I was very stupid, and I shamefully admitting it.
Okay, we've come to the close of this video.
Oh my goodness, okay, that was a tough one.
Do you want to give us a bonus one?
A bonus one?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Do you want to ask me a bonus question?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a truth or dare.
Oh my goodness, okay.
So pick.
Well, let's just say truth.
Truth. So if both your parents were drowning, and you had an option to save one, would you save your
I hope my parents don't watch this thing. Is it like a Sophie's choice?
Would you save your mom or would you save your dad?
That's like really tough. Yeah, the thing is, like, if I think about it, I can't do like both of them. I can't like strap them up with one like belt and just pull them out.
Yeah.
So, I can?
No.
No, I have to drown one of them. Well, I'm closer with my mom.
Guy.
And no dad. Well, the thing is, like, these questions, they never materialize in real life.
No, just assume in that weird life.
Well, sure, yeah. Well, again, I'm just trying to look at this from the standpoint of my dad. You know, he can probably be better off by himself, but I can't imagine, like, if I let my mom drown, it's kind of like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to, face people afterwards. It's probably save my mom and then try to swim back and, get my dad. Well, I know, but yeah, so I chose my mom, obviously, Like,
Poor dad.
yeah, sorry.
Okay. So guys, we've come to the close of this video. I don't
Yeah.
want to ask something else because
Good one, yeah, I just killed my dad.
you did actually. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you watched to the end, you are the real OG, and we hope to see you sometime next week. Be sure to check the guy who drowned the dad on Instagram at Shunjugan.
I love my parents, okay?
Be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, all those nice things, and we'll see you next week. Bye.